What's dangling, guys? Welcome back to another budget deck build. Today we have got Eren Jaeger, Humanity's Hope. Yeah, this deck is just basically a mill deck. I've built it on fire, and it's got a pretty big bomb that can wipe out about half your rival's health with one attack and on very little difficulty. So let's get straight into it. Eren Jaeger, Humanity's Hope, 6 hand size, 30 health, enhance, your attack, mill 3, your attack gets +1 speed for each Fury card milled this way, and +1 damage for each Titan card milled this way. And then he's got a response: after an attack deals damage, if you have 25 or more cards in your discard pile, add 1 Titan card from your discard pile to your hand, and transform Eren Jaeger, Humanity's Hope. And then when he transforms, he turns into Eren, Attack Titan Advancing. 6 hand size, 30 health as well, and it's got a static: your Fury and or Titan attacks get +4 damage, and then as enhanced, commit, add 1 card from your stage to your hand. The next attack you try to play gets -3 difficulty and +3 speed. So let's get into his attack lineup. First off, we have got 3 difficulty Besiege, one of the better cards in the first Attack on Titan set. With a Blitz, this attack can only be blocked by cards with a printed block modifier of 3 or greater. So essentially it's a pseudo 6 speed. So it's a base 3 damage for 3 speed for 4 damage. It's just really good. I'd probably put it in every card, every deck that can have it, because it's just that good. It's also got a Deadlock Blitz. This attack gets +4 damage. Good little bonus if they go to Deadlock. So we've got 4 of those. Yeah, so this can't be picked up by Eren. I don't actually think any of these can be picked up by Eren on the flip side, because there isn't really too many good Titan attacks that are commons or uncommons on his symbol. So the bottom part of the response is kind of negligent, but once he gets onto his reverse side, it's just crazy. Like this Besiege is just getting +4 with him on his flip side. So it's a 3 mid for 8 that they possibly can't block if they don't have a 3 mid block. Anyway, let's get into this next one. Improvised Anchor Shot, 3 mid for 3. This attack cannot be blocked by attack cards. They might have held all foundations. This attack's just not getting blocked, and on his flip side, it's coming in for 3 mid for 7 damage. So a good bit of damage that can go through if they somehow did not hold any non-attack cards. We've got that as 4 of. Next up, we got another 3 difficulty. Frenzied Dash, 4 mid for 2. This attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each other Fury attack in your card pool. This is good later on in the string to give it an extra +1/+1. If you have maybe 3 attacks before it, it becomes a 7 for 5. And then with Eren, flip side, it becomes a 7 for 9, which is pretty damn good on a 3 difficulty at the end of a string. It's going to be pretty unblockable. Next up, we've got Flashfire Fist, Hellspider. This is good for an opener, and it's good to fill up our discard pile as well, because we need 25 to flip Eren. It's going to enhance. Mill 2, your attack gets +1 speed. If you have cycled this game, your turn gets +1 damage. We can cycle on Eren pretty easy, but we're often not, because we're flipping when we get 25 or more as soon as possible. So it's normally just the +1 speed, but it's for all of our attacks this turn. So yeah, with just that, this is a 4 high for 6. On his flip side, it's a 4 high for 10. Not bad if they can't block it. But it's also setting up every other attack that we have to give an extra speed to go along with Eren's 4 damage. He's giving everything. And because it's Fury, it will get the 4 damage. So we've got that as 4 of. All of our attacks are 4 of, so I'm just going to stop saying that. Next up, we've got another 4 difficulty, Humanity's Hope, 4 mid for 5. In Eren's flip side, this is a 4 mid for 9. Just very good stats to get a block out of their hand, or if they partial it, it's going to do a lot of damage. And then we've got our bomb that we really would use Eren's flip side enhance for. We've got this Blue Flame Flare. It's a 6 difficulty, 3 high for 8. Enhance, mill 2. This attack gets +1 speed for each keyword in your card pool. Additional instances count. If your rival has 8 or more ready foundations, this attack gets +3 damage. we'll hope they don't have 8 or more ready foundations, because that just makes everything so much more blockable. And this is going to be at the end of a long attack string as well, so let's hope they haven't got 8 or more ready. I'd be very concerned. But anyway, what we would use this for is we'd throw out all these little attacks that are basically like very passable, not going to cost much resources to commit to pass them, and we maybe use the Flashfire Fist, Hell Spider earlier on, so everything's getting +1 speed. And then we get this, pick it up, it gets -3 difficulty and +3 speed. So it's basically another 3 difficulty, goes along with all of our other low difficulties, and it gets +3 speed. So basically it's already a base 6 high for 8 damage. And then with Eren giving it +4 as well, it's a 6 high for 12 damage. And then for each additional keyword, a lot of our things have a lot of keywords, especially like if we have this, that's already +4 speed additional on. So say we just played one of these, and even like this Flashfire Fist that has another 2, that's 6 speed. So we're coming in for what is that, 12 speed for 12. That's a pretty decent unblockable bomb that's going to be at the end of a long attack string in Eren. So I think this card is probably one of the best commons that you could put in this Eren deck. Yeah, let's move on to the foundations. Zero diffs, Ignite, Enhance Destroy. Your next deck to play a card gets +1, only playable if you have 10 or more fit remove cards, playable while committed. This one can be activated a few times because we've got a few things that remove upon getting milled, so we can accidentally get 10 or more remove cards to get an extra +1 to our checks, but it's also mostly there for a good zero diff filler. Next up we've got One Man Inferno, Enhance, another zero diff, mill 1, your rival mills 1, filling up our discard pile to get 25 because we want to flip ASAP with this deck. Next up, we've got Lust for Battle, 1 difficulty, response remove. After this card enters your discard pile during the combat phase, your rival's next check is -1. So we can use this on defense if we mill. Oh wait, this is your attack, never mind. We do it on our ones. It just makes our attack harder to block on our front side. Just an extra little bonus. It can also go with Ignite if we maybe get 10 of them somehow. Next up, we've got Defying Fate, a 1 difficulty. Enhance Commit. This attack gets -2 speed. This attack's just good because in Eren we want to be delaying as long as possible and surviving as long as possible to flip and get 25 in as quick as possible. So it's just good defense there, and it's on a commit cost so we can continuously use it. Next up we've got Capturing the Target, 1 difficulty. Enhance once per turn. Tenacious. If you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool ready this foundation, quite often we'll be having 3 or more attacks because they're so cheap. So this will get activated a lot to continue our long attack strings, and maybe make this Blue Flame Flare an even bigger bomb by playing more low difficulty attacks. So we've got that as a 4 of. Then we've got 2 Respected Commanders, another 1 difficulty. Flip, the deck gets -2 damage. If we can't somehow block an attack, because we are 30 health, we can take a few, but we also don't want to be, we don't want to expend some of our attacks as blocks, so we might just want to take one on the chin. We give it -2 damage. That's a 2 of. Next we've got 2 A Father's Sins. Response, after you play this card, mill 4. If you milled 2 or more attacks this way, draw 1 card. Great for filling up our discard pile. That's already 4 contributed towards our 25 that we need. And we might get a little bonus of drawing a card if we mill 2 attacks. Then we've got another 1 difficulty, Attack Titan's Hardening. We've got 4 of these in the deck. Enhance, sacrifice 1 foundation. This deck gets -1 damage. If you cycle this game, you may give it +1 speed and +1 damage. It won't be often that we cycle, but it's also good for a sacrifice to give -1 damage if we want to tank an attack, and because we'll probably be building very quick in this deck, it's good to try and manage our deadlock. And also it can also trigger off one of these if we accidentally build a Lust for, not accidentally, but if we are forced to build a Lust for Battle, we can get it. And it's also good to control when we want to, if we want to make our rival's next attack to attack us harder, we can just blow it up with Attack Titan's Hardening, make the deck worse. Next up we've got, going to the 2 difficulties, we've got 2 Thinking on the Flies. Response, flip, after your attack is blocked, your next attack gets +3 speed. Great for setting up this Blue Flame Flare. if one of our little ones that is like getting a little bit too strong for your rival, because they're all coming with +4 damage, so they're most likely going to be blocking, we can just pop one of these at a flip cost to give our next one 3 speed and make it pretty much more unblockable. It's like +3 speed comboed with +4 damage every time is pretty crazy. Next up, we've got 2 latent skills. Another 2 difficulty, enhance, flip, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. We're fishing for our attacks. We really want to kill them and do a long attack string. That's basically what that is for, just card draw, card cycle. It actually as well fills up our discard pile with an extra 2, which is not very good. And maybe we discard Lust for Battle, triggers that as well. Next up, we've got 4 Fast Friends. There's another 2 difficulty. Enhance, flip, the stack gets +2 damage. If you cycle this game, the stack gets +4 damage instead. On the odd chance we cycle, so it's getting 4 damage. Otherwise, it's just an extra good +2 damage at a flip cost. Next up, we've got another 2 difficulty. We've got 4 of these. This is on a 6 check as well, so it feels very good to check later on in our attack string. Enhance, flip, your Fury or Titan attack gets +2 damage. All of these are Fury, so all of these are getting +2 damage from it, and it's good at a flip cost. And then lastly, we've got 2 Eren's Trials. Response, remove. After this card enters your discard pile during the enhanced step, your rival commits 1 face-up foundation. It just works really well with Eren's Mill 3. If we hit one of these, they get to commit a face-up foundation. They get to stun one, basically. And it also works well with Attack Titan's Hardening if we need to give us -1 damage and commit one of the ones to make their next attack harder to play. Yeah, so that's our foundation lineup. They all synergize very, very well with Eren. Good balance of defense and offense, I believe. Next up, we've got our actions. We've got Seething Anger, 0 difficulty 5 check. Does not count towards progressive difficulty to play attacks. It's played on a form. So mill 2, draw 1 card. Great for filling up our discard pile, and it's replacing itself. Also not counting towards progressive. Yeah, next up we've got Barrier Shield. We've got 4 of these. It's a 2 difficulty. Everyone knows what Barrier Shield does. Enhance, remove, reduces attack speed to 0. The next card you play this turn gains Breaker 2. Great for our deck that can block really well. Yeah, and making their next attack way harder to play. It's Barrier Shield. Everyone knows what it's good for. And then Grish's Attack Titan. In our backup slots, we've got 2 of it. This is just form sacrifice. Add 1 Fury attack from your discard pile. This is just good for fishing out. If we need our blue flame flare, if we don't have it on hand, we just play it as a form to fish this out, or fish out any of our attacks. And because our discard piles will be relatively full, we can pretty much get any attack we want if we need to know what exactly we need to hit. But most of the time it's blue flame flare, so that we can pick it up, use Eren's Enhance, and just dunk on them with a blue flame flare. But anyway, yeah, I think this deck is pretty decent. Yeah, it works surprisingly well. Like they're forced to block because everything's coming in with 4 damage, and then you're dunking on them with the bomb after they've blocked all your little low cost attacks that are coming in for a lot of damage, and then they just might not have any cards left in hand, or this just comes in for 1,000,000 speed and 1,000,000 damage, and it's just unblockable. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this deck. Is there anything that I missed? Is there anything that I should take out? And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next budget deck build video or any other video that I post. See ya.